Hey guys, welcome to PREPisode 15. And isn't time flying? I'm within 10 weeks of my competition now, my first comp, and I'm really starting to see the rewards from my efforts over the last 12 months now. So every week, this is my favorite part of the prep, by the way. Every week there's a new change, a new line, a new vein, some more definition in a certain area. And it's not until I compare my photos from last week to this week where I actually see them. So although I feel lean, I don't necessarily see it in the mirror until I take these photos. So these photos have become really important for me. Last week I mentioned that I had my plant food increased. So that gave me a bit more energy. It definitely gave me some more gas in the tank with my my training sessions. So I'm fitter, I'm stronger, which is really cool because a lot of bodybuilders at this stage in the prep start to get weaker and not as fit or not as energetic, I should say. So I'm very lucky to follow the process that I follow. So increasing that plant food had a bit of a twofold effect. I got a lot of energy from it, but I also found that I was very hungry. It was a sign that things had sped up, but it was also a sign that I needed to pay attention to one particular area that I just couldn't be fucked paying attention to beforehand, and that was my water intake. Don't ask me why, but I just threw my hands up in the air and I couldn't be asked recording how much water I was drinking, keeping track of how much water I was tracking. I was entering inaccurate data in terms of how much water I was intaking as well. So that was all a bit of an area that I sort of brushed aside. But at the start of the week, I was reminded through a post of a fellow that I follow. He's an IFBB pro. And it's funny, isn't it? You know this stuff. Everyone knows you should drink water. And me personally, I know how much water I need to drink to feel good. But I just wasn't doing it because I couldn't be asked. The pain of actually drinking that much water and thinking about it was greater than the pain of not really worrying about it. Couldn't be asked worrying about it. So it got to a point where I saw the post. I decided, yep, I've got to start to track this stuff, this water again, and I literally doubled my water from what I was having, or guesstimated of what I was having. I'm having about 6 to 7 liters of water a day now, and like you wouldn't believe, and I sound surprised saying this, I really shouldn't be, because now I'm drinking enough water, my hunger levels have dissipated, my sugar cravings have gone away, I feel full and satisfied as well. So it really goes to show that unless you have a series of layers that you build upon, you can never really try and overhaul your habits all at once. So for me, for example, over the past 6 months, I've slowly stripped away some of my less compliant comp prep meals. I've added more compliant comp prep meals in, and now I've gotten to a stage where the only other layer that I could add was to improve my water intake, and as soon as I did that, I saw an instant result. So that's just a little bit of a message that you guys can take from this, is that we're all not perfect and you don't need to be perfect to see results. However, if you are deciding to undertake a journey like this, you need to layer the different areas of work you're putting in. If you try and change everything all at once, it's all going to come crumbling down on top of you. If you take a staggered approach and you focus your attention on building one block at a time, before you know it, you'll blink and the whole building will be built and you'll be putting the decorations on ready to move in. So there's a little bit of an analogy for you. So yeah, nothing really much has changed. I'm still doing my 5 low intensity activity sessions a week, albeit that low intensity sessions pretty intense compared to a lot of other people. I sweat, I huff, I puff, and my heart rate is quite high in those low intensity activity sessions, but it's consistent. It's not an interval kind of training session. And then I do my 2 ice workouts per week as well, which is all interval based, work based, time based sort of stuff. I did a CrossFit workout yesterday, and that just absolutely smashed me. I love doing that sort of stuff to prove that I am a functional bodybuilder. I think a lot of people tend to think that because we get up on stage and look good, we must train like a flower, a delicate flower, but we don't. So I do like to prove that we can train the house down, and I smashed the filthy 50 in 25 minutes, all bar one exercise. I could have kept going with that, but I wanted to keep it under 25 minutes just for my own personal reasons. And I'm still doing my 5 fire per week as well. I'm on a 9-day rotation, and that will probably change fairly soon. Fairly soon I'll get rid of the ice and stick to the low intensity activity and the fire. So there you have it. This was a little bit of a longer episode. Thanks for watching. If you are keeping up to date with it, make sure you let me know in the comment section of the video. Give it a like, subscribe to me. Yeah. if you're watching this on Facebook, let me know you're watching this as well. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, and there's no point. Hey. All right. Catch you later. I'll see you next week. Boom.